The Cunning Merchant and the King's Test. Once upon a time, there was a merchant who thought he was very clever. He had such confidence in himself because he could easily trick everyone around him. He had gained fame for his deceitful trades, but this reputation had spread in a bad way. One day, the merchant's reputation reached the king. The king decided to test this merchant and send him an invitation. The invitation read, "Come to my palace. If you pass my test of wisdom, I will give you great wealth, but if you fail, I will take all of your possessions." The merchant felt both excited and scared when he heard the offer. But, trusting his intelligence, he agreed to take the king's test. When he arrived at the grand hall of the palace, the king welcomed him and said, "I will ask you 3 questions. If you answer correctly, you will win a great reward. But if you fail, you will lose all your wealth. Here is my first question. What is the fastest thing in the world?" The merchant thought for a moment and then answered, "The fastest thing in the world is thought, because a thought can travel from one end of the world to the other in an instant." The king nodded. "A good answer," he said. "Now, tell me, what is the strongest thing in the world?" This time, the merchant thought longer. Then he said, "The strongest thing in the world is time, because time wears down everything, and eventually, it comes for us all." The king nodded again and asked the final question. "What is the most valuable thing in the world?" The merchant paused for a moment and then, with great confidence, answered, "The most valuable thing in the world is gold, because everyone works for it, strives for it, and seeks to obtain it." The king smiled and shook his head. "You are wrong," he said. "The most valuable thing in the world is honesty. Without honesty, gold, time, and even thought have no meaning. Your wealth was gained through deceit, so you have failed the test of honesty." The king took all of the merchant's possessions but gave him one more chance. "If you learn to be an honest merchant, you can regain your wealth." The merchant was deeply moved by the king's words, and from that day on, he decided to become an honest trader. Over time, he regained everything he had lost through honest work, and he became known as a wise and honest merchant. Moral: while cunning may bring short-term gains, in the long run, honesty is always more valuable. And follow for more